Hi there. This is Jo Zuleika, founder of the Facebook group Women Who Lead with Heart, coming on for my weekly training, and this one's a juicy one. It's all about confidence. A long time ago when I started doing leadership trainings, I would dive straight into the juicy meat of the matter. I was teaching people how to resolve conflict, how to speak their mind, how to give direct feedback, how to speak publicly, all of these amazing leadership skills that we all want to have. But I realized that some work needed to be done before those lessons were ready to take hold. And the work that needs to be done is that we first have to come into confidence with who we are as a leader, as a woman, as a person in and outside of the home, at work, in our skin. Before we learn how to be masterful, capable, self-assured leaders, we have to become self-assured with ourselves. And so that's why all of my leadership programs actually start with a deep dive on where we feel a lack of confidence and how we can scaffold our way up and out of those sort of nasty low places that really have us holding ourselves back. So raise your hand if you're with me. I think it's sort of surprising and not surprising at the same time that so many women claim this lack of self-confidence. It's surprising because anyone in your life would probably be absolutely astounded to hear you claim that you don't feel confident. Because so many of us, and I'm sure you are too, you show up in the world as capable, as multidimensional, as a multitasker, as a person who gets things done, as somebody who moves with a sense of ease and self-assuredness. So why don't we feel confident? I know why. And it's a deeper dive into how we were socialized. It has a lot to do with how we internalized messages when we were young, and we turned into people pleasers or fear of conflict. We coped by being competitive or trying to be smart. We fell into the ditch of comparison and self-criticism, or we overcompensate with perfectionism. All of those strategies are actually not true because they are outside of our control. We are operating when we're in those people-pleasing, competitive, comparison, self-criticism, perfectionism mindsets. We move the locus of control from within us to outside us, from what we can control about how we think and feel about ourselves to whether or not the circumstances around us make us feel safe and worthy. And that's kind of a really big topic, but it's the truth. So what I'm going to teach you tonight is an easier starting path. I help women shake loose from all of those negative voices and self-sabotaging thoughts and behaviors. It can actually happen. You can untie those knots. But instead of trying to sort of fight with the demons and work with what is wrong or missing or that you feel needs to change, instead of trying to move away and against, my counsel is to move up and toward. So we're looking at not what is wrong, not what isn't here, not that I don't have self-esteem and I don't feel confident and I don't feel strong in my own skin, but instead what you can create. Instead, thinking about what is right. The easiest way to scaffold out of some of those really low vibration, crappy ways of thinking that hold ourselves back is to actually get into a more creative mindset. And so I'll give you some teasers and then I'm going to give you a super simple exercise. Are you ready? Okay, so instead of feeling confident if I look a certain way, or if I have the title, or if my boss and I are getting along, or if I feel like there's a harmonious relationship, or if I have validation from the outside, we're going to go for when I feel confident when. I feel confident when I am doing something aligned with the true me. This is the easier way for you to start on your path towards confidence, not to try to deconstruct what you don't want, but to be moving towards what you do want. And so one of the things you can be focused on is self-knowledge. I feel confident when I know myself. I feel confident when I'm in tune with my values and I'm super crystal clear on what's important to me. That makes me feel confident. I know who I am. I feel confident when I have focus, when I am knowing and focusing on those values and a vision and a sense of purpose for my life. That feels aspirational. That feels up and out. That feels possible, not tangled. Are you following? Other ways to move your control from that external, are the circumstances right and making me feel self-assured, to the internal is to think about, what are my strengths? I'm not going to worry about my weaknesses. What are my strongest strengths and what can I capitalize upon? What am I so good at? What do I know and feel confident about? Where do I feel the most self-respect? Find that place and milk it. I often have my clients journal at great length about their inner strength, their strongest strengths, the things that come easy to them. We often want to tell ourselves, oh, well, everyone's good at that, but that's not true. You're good at something that no one else is. You're brilliant. And then when you're really sort of got the groove, you start thinking, what's my purpose? What would my visionary purpose for my life be? What do I want to have be my legacy? Can you see that when you're thinking in terms of that, like, what's my vision? What's my purpose? What would be so courageous for me to go and claim? You're in the zone of feeling lighter, higher, your perspective is up. You're thinking about what's possible and what you can create of yourself from your positive thoughts, and not the lower, weighing down, sabotaging thoughts that pull you away from that vision. So what I'm counseling you to do is not to focus on what you would be confident if the circumstances were right, if you were able to master all of these things, if the locus of control around you told you that you were worthy and that everything fit, but instead to see you have control within. And what actions can you take that lift you up and out of feeling like you don't have control? Where can you focus on your vision, your values, your goals, your purpose, your strengths? These things will help you feel more confident. And confidence truly is a state of mind. When you're in that higher vibe place, we can then start to go and decombust some of the limiting beliefs and the things that are holding you back. But I don't like to start with that. That feels like hacking away and it takes more energy. So here's my easy tip for you now. This is a lesson I teach all my clients right at the very, very beginning of working with me. And it's a daily tune in to you. Because all of this confidence comes from awareness and clarity that you develop within. And so it really just means being quiet with yourself and allowing for some truths to be known to you. My daily tune into you is super simple. I don't counsel people to try to go straight into 20 minutes of meditation, which often just annoys our saboteurs and makes us feel I'm not doing it right. You don't have to take on anything hard. You literally just need to ask yourself 3 questions, and ask these questions all day, every day, to come into tune with you. Number 1, how am I feeling? That easy. How am I feeling? The answer might be annoyed, frustrated, tapped out, exhausted, or it could be, I don't know, I'm not even conscious. I haven't thought about myself all day. Or I realize I'm breathless. That's how I'm feeling. I haven't taken a deep breath all day. By asking yourself, how am I feeling? You are instantly leveraging that internal wisdom, that knowing that is inside of you, that will help you find that reservoir of confidence where your values and your purpose and your fulfillment and your strengths live. How am I feeling? You can ask yourself that, and you can handle the answer. If the answer is like, I think I'm losing it, or I'm feeling super anxious, or I'm feeling really crappy about myself, that's an answer that you can tolerate. That's just step one. The next question I have you ask yourself is, and how do I know I'm feeling that? We get our information in so many different ways. We can get our information like cogitatingly, cognitively, like in thought. It's because my mind is swirling. I'm thinking so many thoughts, or I'm thinking bad thoughts about myself. I'm having bad self-talk. So that can be kind of like in your brain, and you're like up here, very mental. It can be sort of in your body, like I'm feeling a sense of dread, like a pit in my stomach, or I'm feeling like nervousness and a sort of jittery feeling in my heart. I feel sort of anxious and upset. Is it in your body? Sometimes women feel like sort of radiating energy and tingling in their fingers, and or like a piercing pain in their shoulder blade. I'm holding stress. I feel it in my body. Or it can be emotional. It can be that you know what you're feeling through an emotion. You can feel like, I just feel so terrible. I feel like I could burst into tears. Or I feel so lost. I just feel like I'm going to dissolve in a puddle of confusion. You want to get access to how you interpret feeling. Is it in your mind and thoughts? Is it in your body, kind of kinesthetically and in a body sense? Is it energy? Like I just feel really low, or I feel like I'm just buzzing and zinging. Or is it an emotion? So you ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? And how do I know I have that feeling? This is you tuning into you. If it's a radio dial, the old style radio dial in your car, you're tuning out the static and you're just coming into clarity, like what is here? And then the third question you ask yourself is, and how do I want to feel? So let's play it out. How are you feeling right now? If you feel super comfortable, type it in the comments below. I'm feeling nervous. I'm feeling anxious. It's Sunday night and I'm going back to work tomorrow, and I just feel like all of the overwhelm of tasks and feeling like I don't know how to be good at my job. I feel anxious and nervous. How do I know I feel that? I feel sort of like a quickening in my heart space and in a pit in my stomach. I get it in my body. And I didn't have that yesterday. It's here now. This could be true for you. And how do I want to feel? Well, that's a good question. That's what you're asking yourself. I want to feel easy. I want to feel light. I want to feel fun. I want to feel the absence of dread. I want to feel capable and like I've got this. That's all you got to do. We're not even working on how you're going to get there. We're just identifying what it is you're feeling, how you know it, and what you're longing to feel. These 3 questions, as a daily tune into you and as a multi-day tune into you, will reveal so much knowledge about what is going on with you, what is happening in your head, what are you unconsciously working with all the time. You'll be surprised, there might be some trends. So I hope this is helpful for you. I want to reassure you that you can loosen the knots of the worst self-talk and the most debilitating patterns that really do hold you back. They've taken years that they've formed in your life, so they take a little while to shake loose. And it's personal work. It's work that you would do with a coach like me to deconstruct and combust those limiting thoughts that don't serve you anymore and that you can let go of with some strategies to move up and out into what you do want to create, what is right for you, what is something you want to move toward and up towards rather than against and away. So, if this is resonating for you and if you really long to find more confidence in your life, if this feels true for you, but you want more and you don't know how to get it, do not let that self-talk take over and tell you that you have to somehow figure it out more, or that you're still not good enough because you can't find confidence. You just need a guide. It's really hard to do this all by yourself, for yourself. And that's what I'm here to do. I am a women's coach that starts with confidence in leadership. I teach you techniques and the reasons why these things are here so that you can finally shake loose and be free and soar and feel good and feel released and feel that lightness and happiness and self-assuredness that you think other people, assume that you have, and that you would really like to claim authentically for yourself. It's beautiful work to do. You can reach out for a free call. I'll put the link for my booking in the comments below. There's no pressure. It's just an opportunity to actually connect one-on-one and hear what's going on with you, and to know whether or not there's some work that we could do together. So that's what I got for you tonight. Don't forget to do your daily tune in to you and think up and out towards what you want to create in your life as a way of building your confidence. This comes with so much love.